KVAQ-TV is sponsored, in part, by the Center for Student Involvement Vaqueros Vote at UTRGV. Students, Election Day is November 7th. You will have the chance to vote for the special constitutional amendments and local races. The websites for Hidalgo and Cameron counties can assist in finding your polling location. To find their polling location and sample ballot, Hidalgo County voters may visit hidalgocounty.us. Cameron County voters may visit cameroncountytx.gov. Voters not residing in Hidalgo or Cameron counties can search their respective counties' websites for polling information. It's not just one vote, it's your vote.
Coming up, UTRGV Campus Police investigates disturbing video shown during a Zoom presentation. Details ahead.
Plus, the UTRGV School of Medicine receives a grant to fund a Maternal Health Research Center.
And the City of Harlingen is hosting Art Night to showcase local artists and vendors. KVAQ-TV starts now.
Hey Vaqueros, welcome back. This is the 11th fall edition of KVAQ-TV. I am Andrea Flores.
And I am Julia Guerrero. Today is Monday, November 6th, and at the top of the newscast.
Here on campus, an investigation is underway. An Edinburgh professor's virtual presentation Zoom bombed with what police describe as a disturbing video. Monica Chavez with the details.
2 weeks ago, a police report was filed after an unidentified person shared a disturbing video during a Zoom presentation hosted by a faculty member in Edinburgh. Prosecution or Persecution, an event for political scientists and the community, was held on Zoom from the Edinburgh Health Affairs building and disrupted by a VPN user. According to political science lecturer Robert Velez, an unidentified person took control of the screen during the Zoom call and played a graphic video that displayed violence and terrorism. Velez says the video showed a person in a hood making threats.
Like in our Zoom meeting now, there's buttons across the bottom if you want to share your screen or if you want to stop your, all those buttons disappeared. And then I realized this is one of those beheading videos where there was going to be graphic violence. And I noticed that the speaker had a black hood on with eye holes, had a knife and was pointing it at the screen.
Chief Technology Officer Frank Seca says Zoom bombing became common during the COVID pandemic and says after shifting to the internet, security was not a focus. Seca says the controls for the virtual event were not securely set up. He says it is not possible to identify the person who displayed the video because they were using a VPN.
All I can tell you is they used an IP address from, I think it was Belgrade, Serbia, and it's a VPN service. So the user could have been anywhere. Could have been here in the Valley or anywhere in the world.
Seca says it is important for faculty members and students who use Zoom to implement all of the security measures to prevent Zoom bombing, such as creating a waiting room to accept participants, setting a private meeting, use alternative resources such as a webinar. UTRGV Assistant Chief Police Esmeralda Guerra says the case remains under investigation.
A lot of witnesses that were apparently attending, so there's a lot of interviews that have to be done. And that is time consuming. It's not something that happens overnight.
University police and the IT department advise the community to look into the university's safety measures when using platforms like Zoom. For Zoom safety procedures, visit support.utrgv.edu as shown on your screen. For KVAQ-TV in Brownsville, Monica Chavez.
The UTRGV School of Medicine is being awarded a grant worth nearly $2.3 million to fund a Maternal Health Research Center, the first in the Rio Grande Valley. Tristan, tell us more about the grant.
The grant's principal investigator, Associate Professor Candice Robledo, says UTRGV will be using the funds to conduct a 5-year study looking to improve maternal health and provide a medical support system for women in the Valley. The opportunities afforded by the grant have become a point of interest for students like the president of UTRGV's Intersectional Feminist Student Organization, Natalie Palacios. Palacios says she thinks the research can open the doors for greater conversation about women's health in general. Robledo says students interested in being involved in the research can reach out to the School of Medicine through its email, askutrgvsom@utrgv.edu. In the studio, Tristan Cortez.
Student dedication goes beyond the classrooms with UTRGV's community engagement services.
Through various initiatives and acts of service, UTRGV students are making a difference in the community by using the service learning platform Engagement Zone.
UTRGV actually is nationally recognized with the Carnegie Foundation in community engagement. So we are a Hispanic Serving Institute, so we're one of 49 that have been recognized nationally.
An official volunteer program offered through the Office of Engaged Scholarship and Learning, the Engagement Zone is UTRGV's #1 tool to connect students and campus organizations with over 300 nonprofit agencies that offer community service opportunities. According to the office's Service Learning Coordinator, Naida Gutierrez, the opportunities benefit students by giving them service hours and the chance to collaborate and network with others.
Increasing those collaborations that our students are doing and really reflecting what our student body is doing is going to be beneficial to our community to showcase that UTRGV represents our community.
Program Coordinator for Sorority and Fraternity Life, Francisco Leal, says getting involved with community acts of service is beneficial for your career path and character development.
It does definitely bring a lot of opportunities. I think as a student, you at times, you get focused primarily on the school, the academics, and you may lose sight of the holistic approach when it comes to applying for jobs.
Philanthropy Chairwoman for Delta Zeta, Melanie Elizondo, says community service and involvement is very beneficial to the members individually and as a whole.
It's very important. It doesn't only help us get in closer with our community, but it also helps us develop empathy and leadership skills.
To sign up or get involved, visit VLink or the Engagement Zone webpage at ez.utrgv.edu. For KVAQ-TV in Edinburgh, Julia Guerrero.
According to 2021 U.S. Census Bureau data, Texas ranks number 11 within the highest rate of car ownership nationwide, meaning over 90% of households have at least one car.
Traffic, we all hate it, but what can we do about it? As population increases, so the number of drivers, and the demand for more road space also increases, having an effect on people's lifestyle.
Executive Director for the Hidalgo County Regional Mobility Authority, Pilar Rodriguez, says the population increase adds pressure to the transportation system.
Typically, that requires you to expand the roadway. In other words, add more lanes.
According to Rodriguez, road expansion is not the most sustainable way to alleviate traffic in a region with a growing population. He adds the best way to address the issue is adding mass transit facilities.
You want to add bicycle facilities to take some of the pressure off of the need to have to expand the roadway networks for passenger cars and trucks, for example, at such a rapid pace.
Co-president for Alternative Transportation Alliance at UTRGV, Ali Ramos, says the organization's goal is to change the infrastructure around local cities and the university to be less car-centric. Ramos says car-centric cities lead to poor air quality and do not promote exercise.
Car-centric, I can't just go for a walk if I want to without being worried about getting hit by a car, someone running a red light.
They add, in car-centric cities, people with lower incomes are forced to buy cars to commute. The mean travel time for workers in Hidalgo County is about 22 minutes and about 20 for Cameron County, according to the 2022 U.S. Census Bureau. The Cameron County Regional Mobility Authority was unable to speak to KVAQ-TV.
The Hidalgo County Regional Mobility Authority says it does not have any walking trail projects.
The City of Harlingen is hosting Art Night with the goal of showcasing new artists in the Valley. Here's Dayton Trevino with the story.
Starting over 9 years ago and created by Suda Brook, Harlingen Art Night is held every last Friday of the month. The event, held in Jackson Street, Harlingen, holds plenty of vendors who come to share and sell their art, as well as crochet items, jewelry, and custom crock charms. Co-organizer of the event, Mia Garza, says the main goal of Art Night is to promote artists who are just starting out so they can further their careers.
To help them kind of get off the ground. So many of the artists have started with Harlingen Art Night, and then they start getting comfortable and they go to other markets. Yes, people, there are things to do in Harlingen. If you want to know, you just have to, step outside of your box a little bit and open your mind, and you'll find so many different things to do. And Harlingen Art Night is definitely one of those.
A vendor and artist who has been attending Art Night for 2 years, Abel Gonzo, says he has been creating art since 2019, while balancing his day job as a teacher. Gonzo says his biggest inspirations were the different forms of art he saw as a kid.
There was a CD-ROM that I had as a kid it was like some interactive games, and that just really, laid everything out for me as far as colors go and the story style that I want to go for when I create my art.
This past Art Night, Gonzo was selling his prints and stickers, as well as a preview of his personal comic book, Treebot, a story about the last tree on Earth. Gonzo says Art Night helped him grow his business by allowing him to make new friends and customers.
I would say that I have people that come regularly support my art by buying different stickers I make and different prints, and that helps me a lot.
The next Art Night will be held on November 24th, featuring a special Black Friday Art Night, which will include an experimental expansion, allowing more space for artists and crafters to sell and showcase their art. For KVAQ-TV, Dathan Trevino.
And that's a wrap for us today. Make sure to watch us Monday through Friday on BCast monitors and social media. For KVAQ-TV, I am Andrea Flores.
And I am Julia Guerrero. Have a great day, vaqueros.